Hello everyone, it's Declan here from Central YMCA in London. Happy Saturday. I hope you are safe and well, whatever you're doing, and I hope you are having a good day. So today I'm going to actually do some floor-based Pilates movements. I've done two previous videos now, chair-based. I'm conscious that some people are not fond of, getting down to the floor and back up again, which is why I've done the option of doing chair-based and then floor-based. So this is really just an intro to Pilates. So if you've never done it before, have a little bit of a practice with it. It's mindful movement. So essentially it's just focusing on where you're feeding the movement through, whether it be your shoulders, whether it be through your spine, your abdominals, etc. The most important thing to remember with Pilates is it is mindful movement. So it is slow, controlled, there's no rushed movements. It's an incredible amount of your core muscles working. And your core is not just here, your core is your spine and also your pelvic floor. So I'll be mentioning pelvic floor throughout the session, and that is essentially the small diamond-shaped muscle that you use to stop yourself from going to the toilet. For example, I don't know, if you're stuck on a airplane from here flying to Australia and there's no toilets working, so you've really got to focus on holding everything in, and that's really your pelvic floor muscle. So it's kind of an internal contraction and it fires off your deeper abdominal muscle, so it's really important to use it throughout the session. So I will keep reminding you during the session. So I'm on the floor, as you can see. I have an extra towel for my knees. So if you have any knee issues, have one handy. I have my water bottle handy as well. I'm also going to ask that you have a reasonably thick book to hand as well, just so you can rest your head on it for some of the exercises if you need to. And have a chair close by, so if you do need a bit of a hand coming back up to standing, you've got that there as a kind of a safety net, if you will. Check you've got plenty of space around you. I'm just resting on a nice soft blanket, but you can use a towel. You can use anything that you feel comfortable using. I'm also, as you can see, in bare feet. So if you prefer to wear socks, that's fine, but I would prefer you not to be in shoes for this. Also, if you are in socks, please be careful when you do come up to standing of not slipping, particularly if the surface you're getting up on is a bit slippery. So, mindful movement Pilates. So we've talked about pelvic floor. We've spoken a little bit about abdominal connection, which is really core and really important here. Now, to get some breathing tips going, I'm going to suggest that we sit on your hardcover book. So it can be a reasonably thick one, and ideally you could sit perhaps with your legs like this. Now, if this feels uncomfortable on the hips or the knees, not an issue. You can just extend your legs forward, but make sure that you are lifting from the tailbone. So have your knees bent and lengthen up, and just keep that in mind. I'm going to sit cross-legged, and I'm just going to focus on some breathing here. So place your hands on your rib cage, which is just below the breastbone. So Pilates breathing is essentially inhaling through nose, exhaling through gently pursed lips. Inhaling through nose, exhaling through gently pursed lips. Now, as you inhale, you feel the rib cage expand. As you exhale, you feel the rib cage draw in. You inhale, and then you exhale. Do that a few more times. Keep your shoulders soft. One more. Okay, have a little break. If you're sitting cross-legged, please just swap the legs over now, which may feel quite weird, but it's a good thing to do just to balance out around the hip area. So, as I said before, as you inhale, you feel the rib cage expand, and as you exhale through gently pursed lips, you feel the rib cage drawing in. It's kind of like blowing into a balloon, and then allowing air out of the balloon. So imagine that in your mind throughout the class. So we're going to focus on that breath. Just one key point to mention here. Sometimes that exhale, if you're doing it too kind of, it's not a strong exhale, it's a gentle exhale. So avoid too much of a kind of a strong exhale, because I don't want you getting dizzy or feeling a bit odd. If that does happen, then just have a few breaths of your own, and maybe just focus on your own breathing, but try and come back to it. It can take a little while to get used to. So we're going to focus now on shoulder placements here. So we're just going to sit with our hands to the side. We're going to sit nice and tall, so feel lengthening up from the tailbone. Make sure the ribs are drawing in and down. Soft breathing, inhaling through nose, exhaling through gently pursed lips. We're going to do elevation depression for our shoulders. So we're going to inhale, exhale, slide down. We're going to inhale, shoulders lift, exhale, slide them down. It's a subtle movement. It's just a warm-up movement for your shoulders, just to allow them to get a little bit of lengthening and then releasing. So inhale up. One more, please. Now keep the shoulders in that lovely soft position throughout the class. Some chin nods now to get our neck warmed up, holding on to the sides of the knees. We're going to allow the chin to drop, and we're going to lift it back up. We're going to allow the chin to drop. So just some gentle head nods. So as you drop the chin down, imagine you had a tennis ball between the chin and the top of your chest. So you're not jamming it into the top of the chest. You're softening the neck down, just allowing your neck to lengthen and lift. So this is just to keeping in mind that essentially what you want is to try not to hyperextend your neck. Just get a little bit of movement around the neck joint. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Please do one more. And release. Okay. Protraction retraction. I'll demonstrate this from the side as well. Bring your arms, fingers long and strong. Draw the rib cage in and down now. So imagine you had a corset wrapped around the waistline. You're going to inhale, reach forward. Exhale, release back. So all that's moving are your shoulder blades, essentially. So it's protraction as you reach, retraction, release. Protraction, release, retraction, protraction, retraction. Have a little break for a second. I'm going to change my position so you can see me from the side. So just gently coming off my book. Now you can see my spine position. I'm actually going to swap my leg position here as well. You can see my spine position now, how I'm nice and lengthened from my tailbone. I'm not collapsing down or anything like that. Your chin is dropping down gently. Rib cage is pulling in. Arms reach, fingers long and strong. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw back. So it's a gentle movement here, but it's getting a little bit of movement through your scapular area and just allowing that area to move. Sometimes that area becomes quite tight. Drop your chin down slightly. Remember what I said about not hyperextending your neck. Keep your eye line fixed forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Please do one more, and then release the arms down. And that was just a little bit of movement now through your shoulder blades, through your neck. We've got some breath here. So we're going to start moving a little bit more dynamically now. So we're going to come off our book. And essentially, what I want you to do now is just focus on placing your feet flat on the floor. Chest is lifted. And what I want you to do now is just gently roll down into a C shape. So you can see how my spine is moving. And then I want you just to come back up. You can see I'm holding onto my shins. So this is kind of just getting a sense of where there's a little stiffness. So you're rolling off your sit bones into a kind of a C shape. You can see how my chin's dropping, but I'm not jamming it into the top of my chest, and then releasing. And my shoulders are remaining soft. All that's moving here is my lower tailbone and my spine. So lift and then allow yourself. And it's not about rolling all the way back. It's just getting a sense of where you feel a little tight. Warming up the spine and just getting some movement going. Draw that navel in towards the spine. Tighten it in. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, round. Exhale, lift. One more, please. And then release. And you can have a little break now. Have a little drink, do what you need to do. Sometimes that can be thirsty work in its own. All right. So I've talked about breathing. We've got some movement through our neck, through our shoulders. We're now just going to get some movement through our spine. So we're going to come onto all fours. And this is where you might want to just think about perhaps if you've got any knee issues, just placing the towel down, and then you've got some extra padding for your knees. Same thing if you've got any wrist issues, you might want to think about extra padding for your hands, or you can place your hands in a fist position if you like. Just going to move that out the way so you can see me. I'm going to move that out the way so you can see my whole spine. So we're going to do a little bit of a cat stretch now. So we've done a seated rounding of the spine. Now we're on all fours. You're going to look forward, soften the shoulders. You're going to inhale. Exhale, round through your tailbone, gently push into the arms, drop your head and neck, inhale, stay, exhale, slowly release forward. Relax the shoulders at the bottom. Now you can see it's articulation through your spine. So look forward, allow the belly to drop down to the floor, inhale, exhale, tailbone starts to round, then your mid-back. Then you allow your shoulders to start softening and you allow the head to drop. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slowly release back. Inhale. Exhale, lovely movement through that spine. Draw that navel in. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slowly release back. Let's do one more, please. Inhale, exhale, and round, round, round. Inhale, stay. Exhale, slowly release back. Now from here, just do a little bit of movement with your hips. So you can do a couple of circles here, maybe just gently allowing the body to move clockwise, anti-clockwise, just loosening up. It's often nice to do if you've been sitting down a little more than you used to. Maybe you've been doing a lot of cycling or gardening, just to kind of get a sense of any tightness or stiffness, and then just release. Sit back onto your heels for a sec, shake out your hands, shake out your wrists, shoulder roll out, loosen up. Fantastic. All right, from here, we're going to do reciprocal reach now. So re-engage pelvic floor, draw that navel in, draw the rib cage down towards the spine. Come back into your box position. Look forward, but don't hyperextend the neck. Just gentle chin drops very gently. Now, option one, inhale, exhale, extend your leg back, come back in. And then you extend the opposite leg back, and you come back in. So again, toes are pointing. You're squeezing your buttock as you extend your leg out. Your knees are in line with your hip. Inhale back, exhale. Inhale back, exhale. Now again, I'm just going to move forward a little bit here so you can see my toes. You can see how I am pointing my toes. Now this is an option. You can keep doing this on its own if you like. That's absolutely fine. That's your modification. Option 2, extend the left arm, come back. Extend the right arm, come back. So now we've just moved the movement away from the legs and we're just alternating an arm reach and an arm reach. So you might want to stick with this initially. Keep the shoulders soft, fingers long and strong. Make sure that you are exhaling as you reach forward, inhaling as you come back. Good. Last one. Okay, have a little break. So those were your 2 modifications, just simply doing your legs first and then swapping over to do your arms. For those of you who are going to make this a little bit more challenging perhaps, or you want to take it up a notch, second set, we're going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg, keeping your spine lengthened. So from here, back to your box position. Hands in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips. Spine is neutral, so just the natural position of your spine. Look forward, inhale, exhale in. Inhale back. Toes point. Keep your hips level, please. Imagine your spine is a coffee table, so you want to balance a coffee or a tea on it. Good. Squeeze your buttock as you extend the leg. Exhale. 2 more. Good work. Lovely. Last one. And then slowly come in. Have a little breather. Sit back onto the heels or however feels comfortable. Shake out your hands and just release. So that was your reciprocal reach movement. Just to get some movement through your core muscles and some extension through the body. Okay, so from here, I'm going to now come to lying on my back. So for that, I'm going to suggest you get hold of your book again. So can rest your head on it. Sometimes it's just nice because it allows the neck to have more of a length in it. And we're going to come down very slowly and carefully, not rushing it. And we're just going to make sure that we are nice and stable through our spine. You can see me in the camera. Yes, you can see my whole body. The joys of self-filming. Okay, knees are bent. So from here now, what I want you to do, take a couple of breaths to come back to your breathing. Place your hands on your rib cage. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The ribs draw in towards each other. Exhale. They expand. Keep your shoulders soft. Inhale. Exhale. Good, lovely. Re-engage pelvic floor. Soften your shoulders. Drop your chin down. We're going to do toe taps here. So have a look if you need to first. We're going to inhale, one leg up, tap, and then the other leg up, and just tap it down. So just a gentle toe tap here, just to get some movement in the hip joint. Alternating your legs. Exhale. Your spine is in its neutral position. Your sacrum's resting heavily on that mat, on that floor, and you are just doing a gentle toe tap, nice and controlled. One more. Good, and then release. Now from here, we're going to do a leg extension. So we're going to lift your left leg up. All right, you're going to point the toes up to the ceiling. You're going to flex as you lower, point as you lift. Flex as you lower, point as you lift. Flex the foot, point. Have a look. at the ankle. So that's the ankle movement here, and we're getting the hip joint to move. It's a lovely feeling, particularly if you're feeling a little tight in the hips. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Place the foot down, swap to the other leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Gentle exhale through gently pursed lips. Pelvic floor still tightening in. Just do one more and then release the legs down. Lovely. All right, from here, all I want you to do now is just a little bit of mobility for the spine. So we're just going to keep the ribs drawing in and down, and we're just going to allow the knees to drop over to the left, and then lift up, drop them over to the right. Just a nice, easy rock side to side here, just to loosen up the lower spine, get the rib cage working. It just feels nice again if you're feeling a little tight there. Keep looking up towards the ceiling. Keep the hands on the rib cage so you can feel that you're not popping them. One more. And then release. Excellent work. Okay, from here now, we're going to do some hip circles. So we're going to extend your leg up, point your toes. Now we're just going to circle like you were drawing a circle on the ceiling. Just a gentle movement. Keep the ribs pulling in and down. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Keep your shoulders soft. So change direction now. So you go clockwise, and then you go anti-clockwise. Just loosening up through the hip joint. Two more. Last one. And then release that leg down. Realign your hips. Make sure ribs are still drawing down. Lift up. Point the toes. Small circles to start with, going clockwise or anti-clockwise. And then you can make them a little bigger. So you choose what feels good for you. Bend the knee as much as you need to. Change direction now. So whatever direction you were going in, change to the opposite way. Just feel hip moving. Exhale as you come in. Inhale as you go out. Keep the toes pointed. And then gently release the leg down. Lovely. Shake everything out. Relax the shoulders down. Reach the arms overhead now. And all I want you to do now is take the arms over and then draw them back in. So what I want you to focus on here is that you are not letting your ribs pop. So I don't want the arms going so far back that you feel that you're starting to lift your lower back off the mat. Keep the spine gently drawing down, overhead, and then draw back in. Fingers long and strong. Inhale back. One more, and then release. Have a little break, shake everything out, loosen up, re-engage pelvic floor, bring the arms back up. We're going to do a circle now. We're going to take them out, and then gently bring them in, take them out, overhead, and gently bring them in. Reverse that now, go the opposite way. One more time on the other way. And then release the arms down, just to get some mobility through the shoulder joints. Okay, from here, extend your right leg, gently take hold of the left knee, draw that in, couple of deep breaths. Move the ankle a little bit here if you need to, just to loosen that up. And then gently release. Bring the other leg in, gently draw it in. Move the ankle here. Just give that glute a little bit of a stretch. And then release. Lovely. Bring both the feet in now. Place the knees on the floor. Realign. Make sure that the lower back is as flat as you can get it. From here, lift one leg up, then the other one. Keep the knees soft. Gently draw the thighs in. And then just gently do a couple of circles now with both feet. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Change direction. Try not to let the hips move too much here. Try and keep the lower back flat. It's a supple movement. Last one, coming up. And then bend the knees, place the feet back on the floor, and have a break and release. Fantastic. All right, from here, we're going to slowly come back up. So I'd like you now just to gently roll to the side. Take a few seconds. Just rest your head in your hands. Do whatever you need to do now. A couple of deep breaths in and out. And then slowly and gently bend the knees in. Bring yourself up to a seated position. Take some time here. Allow the blood to go back down to the lower extremities. Don't rush it, please. Enough of this. Probably going to need you to sit on the book again. So if you've got it close by, just grab it. Okay, sit down. You don't have to sit on a book, but I find that it helps to kind of lengthen my spine rather than collapsing back. I sort of feel like I'm more elevated. So we're going to do a couple of gentle stretches now just to finish. So from here, all I want you to do now is sit nice and tall. Inhale, hands in prayer position. Exhale. Inhale back to center. 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 Exhale. Inhale back to center and release. Uncross your legs. Sit with the other one now. And remember, if this is uncomfortable on the knees or the hips, you always have the option of just sitting with the legs extended and doing the same movement that we just did. So you can always modify that if you need to. Otherwise, we're going to do some gentle lateral flexion. So place one hand on the floor. Soften your shoulders. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, flex over to the side now. Try not to allow the head just to collapse. Almost look up to the hand above you. And then gently release. Take the other arm up. Exhale and reach over to the side. Bit of lateral flexion for your spine. Inhale, release. From here, extend your legs out. Give your knees a little bit of a shake out if you need to. Sit nice and tall. Bend your knees, please. Inhale. Exhale. Gently lean forward. Hold on to your shins, your knees, or your toes. And then you can kind of wiggle your hips a little bit here if it feels good. Just giving your hamstrings a little bit of a stretch as we start to wind everything down. It's just a nice one to do, just to loosen up, relax the shoulders. Don't let them hunch up around the ears. If that's happening, you have probably gone too far. Back off a little bit. And then release. Slowly curl back up and rest. Bring your feet back to this position, or you can extend them out. Whatever feels good for you. Lift up. Walk your hands forward. If you've got your knees bent, you can still walk forward. I'll show you on the next segment. Just reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. Head drops. Just give your hips a little wiggle here. Shake everything out. And then gently walk your hands back up. Option 2, if you have your legs like this for any reason, inhale, exhale, just let yourself go and just let your head hang. Hold on and just breathe into that. Couple of deep breaths in and out. And then slowly walk your hands back up. Lengthen up through the spine and release. Well done, everyone. I hope that was useful. So it's all about mindful movement, as I said at the beginning of the session, and I will do another one after this, but I just want you to do a basic one first, just so you've got the sense of rotating, of rounding, lengthening, etc., extension through the body. So practice it a few times and focus on the breath, thinking about the pelvic floor. You can obviously let that go now, but just think about your pelvic floor muscle tightening in the whole way through to support that lovely area around the abdominal area as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for taking part. I hope that was enjoyable. I hope you've learned something. Any comments, pop them in the comment section below, and any feedback, please let me know. I will do a follow-up one to this. Remember, when you go to the Central YMCA YouTube page, click on the playlist button and you'll see a whole range of different workouts. Some are chair-based, some are strength, some are Zumba, basically dance. So there's a whole different range of workouts on there. So please do have a look and keep sending feedback. Have a lovely Saturday. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Many thanks. Bye.